Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope you are taking good care of your health. I am your teacher Navnita. Welcome to social class. Today I am going to teach you about finding places. Before starting this topic, I want to suggest you one thing, children. Before going to learn any new topic, okay, which topic we are learning, why we are learning, how it is useful in our day-to-day life. Okay, children? Now, finding places. In this topic, we are going to learn globes, maps, and types of maps, the difference between globes and maps. Okay, children? First, we have to learn about globes. Okay, children? What is a globe? Globe is a model of the earth. What is a globe? Globe is a model of the earth. Okay, it is an exact model of the earth. Okay, look at here, this is a globe. Okay, it is mounted and axle so that it can spin. Even our earth also rotates on its axis. Okay, children? Now, what is the shape of the earth? Okay, do you ever wonder first what is the exact shape of the earth, children? Many years ago, the people thought that the earth was flat. Our youngsters believed that the earth was flat. Okay, but later, when pictures were taken from the space, okay, then we got to know that the earth was spherical, like sphere. Okay, so now tell me, children, now the earth is spherical in shape. What is the shape of the earth? The earth is spherical in shape or oblate spheroid. Okay, children. Now, we are learning about globes, right? So, this globe shows distribution of water bodies, okay, land on the earth, and correct shape and locations of the continents and oceans. Children, what is a continent and what is an ocean? Now, let's see that. Continent. Okay. The huge masses of land on the earth's surface are called continents. There are 7 continents on the earth's surface. Can you name, children? Asia is the largest continent in the world, and the second largest continent, Africa. North America, South America, and Antarctica, Europe, and the 7th one is the last continent in the world, Australia. Okay, there are 7 continents on the earth's surface. I'll show you on the map, children. Look at here. Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. Once again we have to recall Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, and Australia. Okay, children? Now, what are oceans? Huge water bodies on the Earth's surface are called oceans. Children, can you say what is the ocean? Water bodies, huge water bodies on the earth's surface are called oceans. Huge means big. There are 5 oceans. Okay, children? The first one, Pacific Ocean. It is the largest and deepest ocean in the world. Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, and the fourth one is Southern Ocean. Arctic Ocean. Okay, children, I will show you on the map. Look at me. North Pacific Ocean, South Pacific Ocean, North Atlantic Ocean, South Atlantic Ocean, Southern Ocean, Indian Ocean, and Arctic Ocean. So globe shows distribution of water bodies and continents, oceans, correct shape and location. Okay, children, globe help us to learn the earth as a whole. Okay, children, am I clear? Now I'll give you one mnemonic to easily remember these 5 oceans. Children, can you read out this word? What is this? Paisa. Very good. See here. P for Pacific Ocean, A for Atlantic Ocean, I for Indian Ocean, S for Southern Ocean, and A for Arctic Ocean. If you remember this word easily, you will get these 5 ocean names. Okay, children? Very good. Now, children, on the map, have you observed a line passing through the center of the globe? Have you observed that line? There are many lines, horizontal lines and the vertical lines. Have you observed, children? Yes. Okay. We notice that a line and middle of the globe. Okay. This is a imaginary line running through the center of the earth. It divides the earth into 2 equal halves. It's called equator. It is 0 degrees. Okay. What is the equator? The imaginary line running through the center of the earth's surface are called equator. It divides the earth into 2 equal halves. Okay. This is North Pole and this is South Pole. Both poles are 90 degrees. Okay, children? As I told you, equator divides the earth into 2 equal halves, right? These are called hemispheres. Okay? Okay? And equator to North Pole, between this half is called Northern Hemisphere. What we call, children? Northern Hemisphere. And the equator to South Pole, between this half is called Southern Hemisphere. Okay, and we observe that there are vertical lines and horizontal lines. Have you noticed this, children? About these lines we discuss in my next lecture. Okay, children? Now let's discuss disadvantages of the globe. Disadvantages of the globe. Disadvantages of the globe. The first one is we can see only one side of the globe at a time. The second one is globes does not shows smaller areas. Better. Okay, the third one is difficult to carry from one place to another place. Are you with me, children? Very good. We can see only one side of the earth, but we can't see another side of the earth's surface at a time. Okay? We can see only one side of the globe. Okay? At a time, but we can't see another side of the globe. Okay? The next one is globes does not show smaller areas better. And coming to third one, globes, big globes are more detailed than a small globe, but they are big and bulky. Okay, so that is the reason these globes are carry difficulty. Okay, difficult to carry from one place to another place. Am I clear, children? Big globes are more detailed than the small globe, but they are big and bulky. So, difficult to carry from one place to another place. Am I clear, children? Good. Now, children, we have to discuss about math. Maps are drawings of various parts of the Earth's surface. Map. Okay, now we are going to discuss about map. Maps are drawings. Are you with me, children? Drawings of various parts of the earth. Now tell me, children, what is a map? Look at the board and say that maps are drawings of various parts of the earth. Okay, children? When we say representation of earth on a flat surface, so whenever I have kind of says 3D dimensional picture. Okay, 3D spherical representation, and I am trying to jot it down a small piece of paper. Okay, 2D dimensional picture. Okay, am I clear? What is there on the globe? Okay, what are there on the globe? Exactly, I am jotted on a small piece of paper. What we are saying? Maps are drawings of various parts of the earth. Okay, maps are more useful when we want to study a particular portion of the earth or a country. Okay, maps are more useful when we want to study smaller areas better. Okay children, now there are world maps and as well as maps shows entire continent and a country, a state, a city, even smaller areas also. Okay children, what are the uses of maps? Maps are more useful when we want to study a particular portion of the earth's surface or a country. Okay, and the next one, maps are more useful when we want to study smaller areas better. Okay children, now let's discuss about types of maps. There are three types of maps. Okay, let me see the three types of maps. Physical map and political map, and the third one is thematic map. Okay, here, are you with me children? Are you listen to me? Good. Physical map shows physical features of the earth's surface like mountains, plains, plateaus, oceans. Okay, so these all comes under physical map. Okay, I'll show you physical map. India physical map. Yeah, look at here. This is a physical map of India. India has 6 physical features. Okay, they are northern mountains, northern plains, the great Indian desert is also known as Thar desert. Okay, here southern plateau and the coastal plains, eastern coastal plains, western coastal plains and the highlands. Okay, am I clear children? So physical features we saw on a physical map. Okay, in this it shows natural features. Natural feature means physical features only. Okay, like mountains, plains and water bodies. Now coming to political map, it shows country, a state, a city. So these all comes under political map. Okay, I'll show you India political map. Political map shows countries, states and cities. Okay, look at here. This is India political map. There are 28 states and 9 union territories. Okay, the political map shows states, cities, okay, and boundaries. Okay children, here boundaries. Okay, and now coming to thematic map. Thematic map shows a specific information such as rainfall, forest, minerals, and natural vegetation. Okay, now once we have to recall the three thematic maps, types of maps. There are three types of maps. Okay, physical map shows physical features of the earth's surface like mountains, plains and water bodies, and the political map shows countries, states, cities and their boundaries. Then coming to thematic map. Thematic map focus on a specific information such as rainfall, forest, minerals and many more. Okay children, now got it? The topic of maps. Okay. Now let's discuss difference between globe and a map. Now children, we are going to discuss difference between globe and map. Once we have to compare the difference globe and a map. Okay children, are you with me? Good job. How it looks? It is round in shape, and coming to map, it is flat surface. Okay, and the second one is shows shape of the earth. And here map cannot show shape of the earth. Okay, and the third one is globe, difficult to carry. Difficult to carry. Here easy to carry. Easy to carry. And the last one is not so detailed. Not so detailed. And coming to map, maps are more detailed. Look at here children, globes are round in shape. Globes are exact model of the earth. And coming to map, maps are flat surface. Maps are drawing of the earth's surface. And globe shows shape of the earth. But coming to map, maps cannot show shape of the earth. And the third one, difficult to carry. Already we discussed in the globe, big globes are more detailed than the small globe. But they are difficult to carry from one place to another place. Coming to map, maps can carry from one place to another place. Easy to carry. And the last one, globes does not show smaller areas better. So globes are not so detailed. Coming to maps, on map we can learn smaller areas better. So maps are detailed. And the last one, What is this, children? What is this? An atlas. What is an atlas? A book of maps. See, there are different kinds of maps. There are various kinds of maps put together in a book. Put together in a book. Okay? This is called an atlas. We can learn more details than globe and a single map. Am I clear, children? What is an atlas? An atlas is a book of maps. Okay? In this, various kinds of maps put in this book. Okay? So, an atlas is help us to learn more than globe and a single map. Okay, children? Am I clear? Okay, good. Now, children, we are going to discuss components of maps. Every map has a few components. Okay? They are directions, scale, colors, and signs and symbols. Are you with me, children? Okay. Now we are discussing components of a map. Okay. Every map has a few specific Are you with me, children? Good. Specific components. They are directions, and the second one is colors, scale, and the last one is signs and symbols. Okay, these are the language of map. Okay, so every map has a few specific components. Okay, they are directions, colors, scale, signs and symbols. These are the language of maps. Okay, and now we discuss about directions. Okay, there are four components of maps: directions, scale, colors, signs and symbols. These are the language of maps. Okay, directions. When we talk about directions, one thing comes on our mind. What is that, children? Very good, you are right. Compass. This compass is help the people to identify and locate the places. Sorry, directions. Okay. This is a compass. It has a needle that always point towards the north. Okay. It is a compass. It has a needle that always points towards the north. If we know one direction, easily we can identify the other directions. In a map, okay, we find that an arrow marked with a letter N. This N shows north direction. Okay, in the right hand corner, in the upper right hand corner. Okay, children, see, this is north. The opposite direction is south, and this is east and west. These four are the main directions. Okay, what are these all? Main directions. Okay, north, east, south and west. Okay, these four directions are called main directions. Or cardinal directions. Okay, cardinal directions. Okay, north, south, west and east. These four directions are called main directions or cardinal directions. Okay, look at here. The directions lying between the main directions are called sub-directions or intermediate directions. The directions lying between the main directions are called sub-directions or intermediate directions. This is northeast, northwest, southwest and southeast. Okay children, these are called sub-directions or intermediate directions. Or intermediate directions. These intermediate directions help us to finding the place accurately. Okay, directions help us to identify and locating directions. Am I clear children? Very good. Now we are discuss about colors. There are four main directions. They are north, south, east, west. And northwest and the northeast, southwest and the southeast are called intermediate directions or sub-directions. Directions help us to identify and locating places, a particular places. Now we talk about colors. Alright, now generally all maps use standard colors. Okay, water bodies always in blue in color. Water bodies blue in color. Okay, similarly brown is shows hilly and mountain regions. Okay. Brown is used in hilly and mountain regions. Okay children, colors are helpful to learn easily to remember. Okay, directions and colors are help us to learn easily. Identification is also easily. Okay children, now let's discuss about signs and symbols. Okay, am I clear? Alright. Signs and symbols. Okay, every map have a universal language of symbols. Okay children, and there is an agreement regarding using symbols. Okay, all country people agreed to use few symbols. For example, hospital symbol is this. Okay, and the temple temples temple picture, and the churches this symbol, and airways, waterways, airways aeroplane symbol, waterways ports boat symbol. So there are many symbols to read easily. Okay, so all countries agreed to use symbols on a globe and a map. These symbols help us learn easily. Okay, and these symbols help us to learn accurately and in a limited space. Okay, these symbols give lot of information in a limited space. Okay, children, very good. Okay, and these symbols are called conventional symbols. What we call conventional symbols. Okay, in a map we find a table, okay, that shows list of symbols. Okay, children, am I clear? In a map we find a table. In that table those all symbols will be. Okay, as I told you, hospital symbol, parks, and the symbol churches, temples, mosques, okay, airports, waterways, airways, all symbols mentioned in a table. Okay, these symbols these symbols are called conventional symbols. Okay, in a map we use symbols in a table. This table is called legend or key. Okay, children, am I clear? Okay, fine. Children, now we discuss about scale. Everyone know, I think, scale. In math we are using scale and measuring areas and things. Am I right, children? Good. Scale is help us to measure areas and things. Okay. Now we are talking about scale. Okay. Maps are reduced drawing that represent the entire world on a small piece of paper. Okay. What it shows? Maps are reduced drawing that represent a entire world on a small piece of paper. Maps are drawn with a scale. Okay, children, maps are drawn with a scale to represent the real distance. Okay. Again, I am saying, children, maps are drawn with a scale that represent the real distance between places. Real distance between places. Once again, I am repeating, children. Maps are reduced drawing that represent entire world on a small piece of paper. Maps are drawn with a scale, okay, to represent. Here I am mentioning to represent. To represent real distance between places. I'll give you one example, children. A map might have a scale where 1 centimeter on a map is equal to, okay, 10,000 kilometers on the ground. Okay, once again I am repeating. For example, a map might have a scale where 1 centimeter is equal to 10,000 kilometers on the ground. Every map mentioned scale. Okay, I'll show you. Children, look at me. Here they mentioned scale. Okay, children? And we are discussing about components of maps. So on a map, colors, signs and symbols, and the directions. These 4 components are help us to learn easily. Okay, without these all, reading is difficult. Okay, these help us to read map easily and to remember easily. Understood, children? Now I'll give you one work, okay, to do. Children, everyone must learn 28 states and their capitals and the 9 union territories and their capitals. We have to learn with spellings these all states and the union territories and note down in your homework book. Will you learn these states and continents? States and their capitals? Good. Okay. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.